Hello, my name is Daniela Polo.
Hi, I'm Michaela Beaven.
And in this presentation, we're going to be discussing Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Lauren, two companies that have taken the fashion industry by storm. We'll be analyzing their SWOT analysis, their financial records, and we'll be seeing who at the end will be the person that will continue in the industry in the long run. For this, we'll be starting off with Tommy Hilfiger. Tommy Hilfiger was founded in 1985 and since then has gathered global recognition. Their mission statement is the following: the Tommy Hilfiger Corporation is dedicated to the living spirit of the American dream. We believe the spirit of youth is our greatest inspiration. Resourcefulness is the key to value and excellence in making quality a priority of our lives and products. When talking about the target consumer for Tommy Hilfiger, we look at it, it's a 25 to 45-year-old consumer with an annual income of around $52,000. So it's middle to upper class. Their products are sold for men, women, and children, and it ranges from sportswear to men's tailored to athletic apparel to leather goods and even some accessories. Because Tommy Hilfiger is such a global company, they have been able to target consumers in over 115 countries and more than 1,600 retail stores scattered across North America, Europe, Latin America, and the Asian Pacific. They have a large product mix which consists of accessories, leather goods, men's apparel, women's apparel, children's apparel, ranging from sportswear to evening wear. When it comes to trends, Tommy Hilfiger has been able to gather the attention of a younger audience with their new It Girl Gigi and their younger targeted designs. When it comes to Tommy Hilfiger's financials, we'll see that in 2013 his total revenue was 3.4 billion, 7% up from the year before. In 2014, his total revenue was 4.5 billion, 4% up from the 2013 mark. But in 2016, we saw a downgrade. It went from 4.5 billion to 3.3 billion with a total loss of 6%. But for the 2017 year, we'll see an increase with the new marketing strategies that Tommy Hilfiger has implemented on his company and the new designs and the new design concepts that he is also implementing. When discussing the three core management principles for Tommy Hilfiger, we look at the first one, which is global brand awareness with marketing campaigns. They've increased this with consumer engagement in aspects such as Tommyland and See Now Wear Now, which they implemented on the last fashion show in fall of 2016. Tommyland was a huge success because it brought in celebrities and A-listers from, and also brought in the public to see the outfits that they had just seen on the runway. With product expansion, Tommy Hilfiger started off as men's sports and turned into women's wear, ranging from leisure and athletic to casual, and even implemented some accessories into the mix. When it comes to gain market share, they've expanded into Europe because of the PVH initiative and the global growth that has allowed them to reach a larger target market. Like every other company, Tommy Hilfiger has strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. For its strength, we can obviously see that the new Gigi and Tommy Hilfiger collection is probably one of its biggest strengths at the moment. It's adapting to a new customer and is changing its design to cater to a younger audience. Gigi is the it girl, and because of this, she has a large following that is carrying over to their new designs now. When it comes to weaknesses, of course, every company has a weakness. And for Tommy, it could be seen because of the fashion industry, which is a very competitive market. And adapting to the changing industry is very hard because they're adapting in such a late cycle. They're starting the new Gigi and Tommy campaign a few years after a lot of companies have already adapted to the changing industry. And they are just now building their social media presence with obviously the new collection, which is a little bit late because technology has already made an impact in the fashion industry. For its opportunities, having It Girl on their team brings a younger audience to their products, and with this, we can see that for the future, we'll see a big change in the designs that Tommy Hilfiger will start bringing out. It's going to be catered to a younger audience and an older audience that is getting bored of the old designs. The use of technology as a marketing technique also captures a larger audience. They are a global brand, but they might not be reaching all of the audiences at a global level. When it comes to threats, Tommy Hilfiger is constant strategies have made it easy to be substituted. For the last few years, they've had a constant design and management strategy, and because of this, a lot of brands have been able to imitate it. And of course, like any other luxury brand, they're prone to counterfeits from a lot of knockoff companies. Next, I'll be discussing the three strategies that Hilfiger can use to win over competition. The first one, of course, is expanding and continuing their collaboration with Gigi Hadid. This is important because this is their newest and probably their most successful new marketing strategy. They're able to capture a larger audience and obviously a younger audience and design their clothing based off that. And a lot of older audiences are also looking for hip, new, trendier designs, which Tommy Hilfiger can also give them. Tommyland is one of their greatest accomplishments in the last fall 2016 collection. It was a carnival that not only had A-listers and celebrities, but it also was open to the public. Tommyland showcased the new designs that were exhibited on the runway the day prior. It was a buy and show kind of exhibition that showed the public that they were changing their designs. The next thing that I would talk about is the implementation of technology in both marketing and online commerce. This is important because we live in a technological era where everything is done through our phones or online, and because of this, Tommy Hilfiger needs to step up their game and be able to also provide this for their consumer. The last thing I'll be talking about is them fixing their business foundation, because in the past few years they've gone bankrupt a few times and they've been shifting back and forth between being a public and a private company.
Now, after analyzing Tommy Hilfiger, I'll be moving on to discussing their top competitor, Ralph Lauren. In 1967, American designer Ralph Lauren began his corporation with the Polo Ralph Lauren design. Ralph Lauren's mission statement is as follows. Ralph Lauren has always stood for providing quality products, creating worlds, and inviting people to take part in our dream. We were the innovators of lifestyle advertisement that tell a story and the first to create stores that encourage customers to participate in that lifestyle. Ralph Lauren's target demographic is a 30 to 50-year-old consumer having a very high income. Ralph Lauren is known for his classic American-style clothing and famous polos. However, Ralph also sells women's apparel, accessories, including shoes, eyewear, and leather products, children's apparel, athletic wear, and home furnishings. The company has many brand divisions, including Polo Ralph Lauren Collection, Lauren Ralph Lauren, Double RL, Ralph Lauren Children's Wear, Denim, and Supply Ralph Lauren, Chaps, and Club Monaco. Having this many brands allows the company to sell their product at different price points across a large demographic. Because of Ralph's many different labels, he's able to capitalize in various markets. So he's one of the successful American designers that has been able to delve into home furnishings. He's also his high price point Ralph Lauren collection is seen on the runways, it's seen on the Met Gala. So it's interesting to see how his brand can diverge from evening wear and cocktail and haute couture almost to home furnishings to children's wear to denim. Ralph Lauren sells his products in three ways. First, he directly sells it to consumers through more than 460 retail stores in North America, Europe, Asia, and Latin America. The second would be he includes shops based within shops, which are located primarily in Asia and Europe. And then he also has a large retail e-commerce channel in North America, Europe, and Asia. Now we're going to talk about Ralph Lauren's financials. In 2015, his total revenue was $7.4 billion, resulting in a gross profit of $4.3 billion. In 2015, the total revenue was $7.6 billion, resulting in $4.3 billion. And in 2016, those numbers decreased with a total revenue of $7.4 billion, resulting in a gross profit of $4.1 billion. With the decrease in financials, Ralph Lauren has taken the initiative to start his Way Forward plan. This chart from the Motley Fool shows the gross profit margins between Ralph Lauren's and PVH, which is the company that owns Tommy, and it just shows how the percentages compare and how PVH is much lower than Ralph Lauren's gross profit margin. For Ralph Lauren's three core management principles, to first start off, they're expanding their international presence, especially in Asia and Europe. With this, they are expanding their brand and opening more retail stores and getting more infrastructure throughout the global reach of their brand. They're also extending their direct customer reach via the Ralph Lauren stores and e-commerce site. So they're creating new products, especially in accessories. In the image below, you can see the winter accessories, part of their Polo Ralph Lauren collection. So by creating a larger category mix, they're able to entice a larger market and a larger target audience. To start off the SWOT analysis for Ralph Lauren, I'd like to explain his strengths, which include his wide range of luxury products to his customers. So with that, he has a lot of brands that diverge with the lifestyle products and his luxury products, and he really captivates a large market through these different divisions of his brand. They exemplify different demographics and target markets so that people with a higher price point or a lower price point can still enjoy something of the Ralph Lauren brand. He also featured this event, the 4D event, where he projected his designs onto a building. It happened in New York and in London. And this little marketing campaign was really innovative and really put him back on the market, considering that it was a 4D and it was just using a lot of technology. For his weaknesses, Ralph Lauren really suffers a lot from counterfeits. It's really a big issue because he's such a large brand. It's easy to imitate and replicate his products, and it affects his margins and sales. You can simply walk down a street in Chinatown and see a polo design replicated. For opportunities, Ralph Lauren has quite a few. His social media presence could be larger, especially when you see how through his different divisions of his brands that they really diverge in the number of following. So he could try to reach a new audience by advocating more and campaigning more on his social media. He should also cater to a younger audience because his demographic is eventually going to age. He should try to captivate them through e-commerce because e-commerce is very successful with younger generation. Some threats for Ralph Lauren would be that his designs are very consistent and that they're very similar. So there's the fear that his audience might become a little bored and they will seek another brand to find a variety in a style that they like more. For 3 strategies for Ralph Lauren to win over competition, he should really work on gaining a global market. Really advocating across the global field will ensure that he is known all around the world. Another aspect that he should add in would be to broaden his social media presence, especially on the Polo Ralph Lauren Instagram account. You can see that there is significantly less followers on there than compared to his regular Ralph Lauren account. So if he just advocated a little bit more on his social media for the middle market brand, it would increase his design and his brand awareness throughout the ranges of the economy. And then millennials are also seeking his brand through vintage collecting and thrifting his pieces. So if Ralph Lauren took the initiative to take those vintage pieces and maybe resell them or refurbish them to make sure that they are authentic, then younger millennials will find interest in the brand as well. After analyzing the different components of these two businesses, we determined that the winner is Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren will continue in the years ahead. Not only is his company more stable than Tommy's, his design is more consistent. So he has emphasized the importance of his brand, and by making his brand a community that relies on his designs, it's different than what Tommy is doing to address what the consumer wants, and that Tommy is always going to be faced with, meeting the needs of the consumer, while Ralph has made a community need him. Not only on that aspect of their mission statement, Lauren is more successful in financial terms as his sales and his gross profit margin are higher than Hilfiger's. Even though Ralph Lauren is launching the Way Forward plan that's closing stores and cutting jobs, his efforts will ultimately expand the organization's omni-channel experience. And that omni-channel experience is so important in the 21st century, considering that Amazon is like a huge threat for e-commerce retailing, and that by investing in the global digital department, it's bettering his company in the long term. So in conclusion, with these two competing companies, we've analyzed both their internal and external strategies, and you can see that Ralph has his ups with implementing his Way Forward plan and the 4D event, and also that his brand reaches various markets of the economy. And then that Tommy is also doing significantly well with his collection with Gigi Hadid and his marketing efforts in relating to the younger generation. All in all, Ralph may be more likely to survive this fashion world war, but both these brands are prominent names in the fashion industry.